Who are you voting for?
Me?
Yeah.
Probably Kamala.
Why?
Or I'll just write somebody in, but probably Kamala. It's just my views.
What's her greatest accomplishment?
Kamala's greatest accomplishment? I mean, I don't know. I don't...
No. Can you name a single accomplishment?
I don't follow politics that much, to be honest.
Hey my love, so you're welcome back to my channel. It's your girl BB Harry Froze, and I'm back again for another reaction video. So I bring to you Charlie Cake, and the title of this one is Charlie Cake educates Kamala Harris fan on Trump. I repeat, Charlie Cake educates Kamala Harris fan on Trump. So I can't wait for us to watch this. This is another intriguing conversation with Charlie and some of all the students, and it's gonna be very overwhelming. If you haven't subscribed, don't want to hit the subscribe button. Without further ado, without wasting much of our time, let's get right into this video.
7 million new people under the age of 30 bought homes when Donald Trump was president.
Woohoo!
Yeah, isn't that great?
That's great. I love homes.
Yes, good. Now it is harder than ever to buy a home. When Donald Trump was president, interest rates were 2%. Now they are upwards of 10%.
Wasn't that also partially caused by COVID? I'm not a professional on this.
No, it's fine. Yes, of course it was partially COVID, but the point, a lot of it was bounce back. Donald Trump oversaw the greatest economy in American history for people our age. So yes, but to ask the question of deregulation, he got rid of 5 regulations for every 1 new regulation that he put in.
Okay.
And a lot of it is just paperwork. It's stuff that would drive you insane. Let me actually, so here's a good example. When I'm guessing you have student loans, right? FAFSA? No, you don't have student loans?
Not yet. I'm a freshman, so.
Well, how are you paying for college?
I mean, I don't have. I have FAFSA money.
Okay, that's a student. That's a student loan, right?
Well, it's a grant, so I don't have to pay it
Okay,
back.
so I'm paying for your college.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
so,
and when I graduate, I'll be paying.
So got it. That's
but
right. So
my parents are too.
That's fine. Okay.
Well,
that's fine. I'm not insulting you. It's fine. It's okay. I hope you learn a lot. It's OPM. Other
just
people's
make
money.
the dig. Yeah.
No, it's fine. But no. So when you were filling out those forms, was there ever a time where you felt a little exhaustive and it was like a little duplicative?
No, the forms this year were actually really good. They were. For me, it was pretty good.
Does anyone sympathize with the amount of forms you guys have to fill out?
I mean, if anybody here is your supporter, they're gonna agree with you. But yeah.
Well, no, it's just a matter of like observing reality, right? Let me get to the point, which is important. Okay. So the financial crisis comes. They say it was deregulation.
Sure.
So we have thousands of pages. So if you guys want to go buy a home, you know this. You have to sign hundreds of pieces of paper, okay? And your parents can tell you hundreds of pieces of paper. So a small bank, let's say like the Bank of Madison, they have like 15 employees.
Sure.
So when they have to fill out pieces of paper, that is time, energy that they can't afford. JP Morgan is a multi-trillion-dollar company. For them, extra pieces of paper is nothing. So who does regulation hurt more? The local Bank of Madison, Wisconsin, or JP Morgan?
But are you not cherry picking like what regulation is? Like I'm talking about environmental regulation.
I've already told you. So you have a very specific, narrow view of regulation.
No, I'm asking you about a specific type of regulation.
I've already told you on the environmental side. But let me be very clear.
That you're
most regulation is paper. You know, most
regulation.
regulation is paperwork, right?
Sure.
You should go read the National Registry. I encourage you guys to do it. It is millions and millions of pages of unnecessary things that have to be notarized, and a lawyer has to sign it, and then it has to be a committee. And small businesses don't have the bandwidth or the money to comply with that, whereas big businesses do, right?
Yeah. How do you suppose we regulate them?
That's like the question, right? Is that the government also sucks and big corporations suck, so what's the solution?
So you'd call for like a complete governmental reform? Would you call for a stronger federal government?
Probably not. No, I think that probably empowering the little against the big through increased competition and entrepreneurialism is probably the best solution.
But when so you're still controlling like monopolies and so forth because
well, no, most
like
monopolies
Amazon
right now are made possible thanks to the government. So, for example, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, they remain vaccine manufacturers because of the government.
Government funding.
And the government pumps tons of money into them through NIH funding and vaccine funding. Same could be said for the biggest food companies. They get huge agricultural subsidies. Big oil companies get big oil subsidies. Yeah, I mean, anyway.
She's mad at me this whole time, but she will agree
but
with
I'll summarize this conversation. I think you're coming at this in good spirit. Is that when you increase the paperwork burden and the needless amount of committees and lawyers, regulations, and accountants, it's harder for the next Elon Musk to found Tesla. True. It's harder for the next entrepreneur to start the next great company because he has to spend all of his time on compliance and not on wealth creation or entrepreneurial activity. Donald Trump wants to liberate the American entrepreneur to not be bogged down by unnecessary rules, regulations, and paperwork, and instead be worried about creating jobs and creating a lot of wealth.
Okay.
All right, who are you voting for?
Me?
Yeah.
Probably Kamala.
Why?
Or I'll just write somebody in, but probably Kamala. It's just my views.
What's her greatest accomplishment?
Kamala's greatest accomplishment. I mean, I don't know. I don't.
No, can you name a single accomplishment?
I don't follow politics that much, to be honest. I couldn't name Trump's.
But then why Kamala? Because you just like instinctively said Kamala.
Because I'm a Democrat. I'm a registered Democrat.
But can you just help me out?
Because I've seen Project 2025. I don't really agree with a lot of this stuff.
Like what?
I mean, dude, what do you want me to say? I told you I'm not a professional on this stuff. Anything?
Yeah, I mean, if you're voting for Kamala, I'm curious why.
Should I not vote?
I mean, I think you should vote for Trump, obviously.
Oh. Why should I vote for Trump?
Well, because you'll be wealthier, happier. There won't be World War III. We'll have a border.
Can you tell me why?
Yeah, absolutely. Because for 4 years we saw that people your age were able to own homes. Just went up. We saw
people my age. I'm 18. People my 18 years old buying
correct.
homes.
Yeah, a lot of people 18 actually work and don't go to college. Believe it or not, I know that's hard to believe.
It's not hard to believe. I have a brother who's a blue collar worker. He's an electrician.
Okay, so then you understand it. So blue collar workers saw their wages go up the most under Donald Trump. Younger voters were able to buy homes under Donald Trump. We saw the greatest economy in American history. Donald Trump had peace across the world. We his first president.
But peace with who? I mean,
well, Putin did not invade Ukraine. Israel was not at war with Gaza.
No.
It was the first president in 40 years.
But wouldn't you say, couldn't you argue that some of his policies allowed this to happen?
One second. There's a first president in 40 years where we did not have a new war, correct? We had new wars under Clinton, new wars under Bush, new wars under Obama, new wars under Biden. But Donald Trump, we had no new wars. Why is that?
I don't know. You're the expert.
Because he was a great president. We had peace treaties because it was peace through strength. The point is that we don't have to guess about the type of president Donald Trump is.
Are we weaker with like a Democratic leader?
Absolutely.
That's the argument. Interesting.
Well, think about it. Our dollar is worth less. BRICS is ascendant. Putin invades Ukraine. China is wealthier than ever.
Trump. How many pictures did Trump take with Putin?
Hold on. This is interesting. So pictures are a bad thing?
Well,
wait, hold on.
Why is he so associated with him?
That's an interesting question. So under Obama, Putin takes over Crimea.
Okay.
Under Biden, Putin invades eastern Ukraine. Yet his buddy with Trump, he doesn't take any land of Ukraine. Why is that?
I don't know.
Maybe because Donald Trump used diplomacy. Vladimir Putin understand that you take a square inch of Ukraine, we will launch rockets into Moscow.
Would we really do that? Do you think we would have done that under Trump?
It doesn't even matter if you think it or not. What we know is the reality is that hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians did not die under Donald Trump's watch. Did die under Kamala Harris and Joe Biden.
Sure, yeah. I can't argue with that. I mean, I don't.
How many American soldiers died under Trump?
Very few.
Yeah.
How many died under Biden?
A lot, actually.
How many?
13 in one day at the Bagram withdrawal in Afghanistan.
Okay.
Yeah, and not to mention the American hostages killed just the other day.
Where?
In Gaza.
In Gaza?
Yeah, they were American passport holders that were American
Were they
citizens.
like press people?
No, they're American citizens that were at a rock concert, like a rave concert in southern Israel, were kidnapped by Gaza. So we are on the verge of World War III. Our dollar is worth less than ever before. It is harder than ever to buy a home. The economy is worse for everyone in this audience than it has been in over 30 years.
You're saying all this stuff, but again, like I came to you about environmental regulations.
No, for sure. But
this is.
No, I know, but I just want to go back to. I asked you. That's fine. You can vote whoever you want to.
This is like led to this. I understand that I've contributed to it.
No. It's totally fine. Obviously, I asked you why you'd vote for Kamala. You gave an answer.
Yeah.
And you have a right.
I don't know. Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
I will go home and do research.
Come back and tell me an accomplishment. And
when will you be back next?
I will actually be at the Alabama-Wisconsin game next Saturday. So come find me.
We're gonna get.
Yeah. So if you find I'm gonna go Badgers. If
we're losing.
If you find a single accomplishment of hers, only if you say you're voting for Trump.
I'll take it.
Yeah. This young lady gets a hat. But if you find an accomplishment, come find me. All right? Thank you so much. Appreciate the dialogue.
Wait, what if I say I'll vote for Trump?
I don't believe you at this point. Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really love this conversation. Honestly speaking, I love this conversation with Charlie Cake, and it was a very decent and healthy conversation. You know, I've watched a lot of Charlie's video with all the student liberals and the rest of it, and most times when you hear them speak, when you hear them converse with Charlie, you just know that this person is arrogant, rude, and mannerless. But this particular conversation got me, and I really love it. Yeah, it was a very healthy decent and a very good conversation to ponder on. And yeah, I have a lot to say, but I'm gonna just pinpoint some few things. Now, some people who are Kamala Harris fans are very rude compared to this particular one who is a Kamala Harris fan, but I think he presented himself very well and he wasn't rude because most of all these people who are fan of Kamala Harris, when you hear them speak, just know that, oh, this one is a Kamala Harris fan. You know, by their fruits you shall know them, because they are very, very rude. Now, like I say, I've said this on my channel. Honestly speaking, this is an old video of the election that happened, and we all know that Donald Trump won the election. So this is disclaimers, it's an old video, but I just want to react to it. Now, I used to say this, that if you're voting for someone, you're voting for someone who is ready to do the job, someone who is accountable, probably wherever country you are. If you want to place someone in that presidential seat, you want to place someone in an official seat that would lead, rule the people, you need to check for someone who is accountable, someone who is credible, someone who is ready to do the job, someone who has the masses, the citizen at heart, someone who is ready to be truthful, who is ready to call a spade and do what he had to do. Now, I don't know why. One thing I noticed about this conversation was that the guy in question, he couldn't even highlight some of the accomplishments Kamala Harris has done. I mean, how can you be siding, or how can you be a fan of a particular candidate and you can't even pinpoint or even just one? You can't bring out or highlight. You can't bring out one of his or her accomplishments. Probably the candidate is his or her, any of the accomplishments. You know, I find it very, very weird, because how can you be siding a particular party? Okay, you're for this party, Democrats, you're for this party, Republic, and you cannot bring out a particular accomplishment that person has done. It doesn't really sit well. I don't know. That is why I tell people, you're not just voting because, oh, everybody's voting for this particular candidate. You're voting for who you know that is fit and eligible to do the job. You're voting for someone that has done a lot of accomplishments, someone that you can attest and say, yeah, this person knows what he's doing. So be mindful of how you cast your votes. Be very mindful of how you cast your votes. You don't just cast your vote because you want to cast votes. People are no longer scared of America, you know. Donald Trump has done a whole lot. Donald Trump has reshaped America in a good light. We all know Donald Trump accomplishments. He has been able to fix some loopholes in America. And all was because of Donald Trump. Even back then when he was the president, thank God he won the election. Back then when he was the president, we can be able to highlight a lot of things Donald Trump has done for America. So if you want to cast a vote, thank God the election, you know, Donald Trump won it, but at least for future reference, you want to cast a vote. You're not casting the vote because, oh, people sentiment or anything. You're casting the vote because of, you're sure that this person is fit to be in that presidential seat. You know, at times when I listen to all these college students and most of all those people that are in America, you know, their mindsets, they've been brainwashed. Honestly speaking, I think the government should raise the age for voting in America. At least someone that want to vote should, America should be at least up to 30. I'm saying this, normally when you're in my country, Nigeria, you're 18 years, you're eligible to vote. But looking at the mindsets of America, how they've been brainwashed, especially college students, I think it's better and it's wise for government to fix the age to 30 years. You're 30 years from above, you can vote and cast your vote. At least you're sensible enough and you cannot be brainwashed. You can't, I don't know what to say, you guys. This was a very, like I said, this was a very decent conversation, and I really love the way Charlie conversed. The conversation was top notch. It was a very good one. So thank you so much for watching. I would like to hear your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this particular content, and if you haven't subscribed, don't want to hit the subscribe button. Subscribe, give us a huge thumbs up. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.